talented storyteller coming up. He's read with us a couple of times before. We're so happy to have him back with us tonight. He's the only 4-time winner of the New York City Moth Grand Slam. He's known for telling funny childhood stories about navigating the grown-up world with undeveloped emotions, and tragic adulthood stories about navigating the grown-up world with undeveloped emotions. You can visit his website at, this is his Moth site, at tinyurl.com/Steve Zimmer, which kind of spoils the surprise, but please welcome to the stage Steve Zimmer. Give him a round of applause.
April 1976. The crime is theft. The victim is Joe Riley, the top student in the 8th grade. Somebody stole his pencil case, which is like cutting Samson's hair. So the 9 suspects are led out of the classroom into the hallway. They're all 8th grade boys, and including myself. It's not my first brush with the grade school crime, but it's my first as a non-victim. So it's exciting. Even more exciting is the interrogator, a smart, elegant language arts teacher named Ms. Goebel. It's my first great love, but like all my great loves, it's inappropriate and doomed. So, Ms. Goebel says that if the thief just returns the pencil case, they won't get in trouble. Now, I would love to be a hero and solve the mystery, but right now I'm focused on the near-term opportunity to interact with Ms. Goebel. Now, 2 important facts. 1, Ms. Goebel is a staunch feminist. 2, I look surprisingly good without my glasses. So, Ms. Goebel, why couldn't the thief have been a girl? Ms. Goebel walks over to me and stands so close, I can feel the heat between our slender 5'2" bodies. And she says, fair enough, what do you suggest? And I say, well, I could investigate some girls. And she says, sure. Now, there's no way a girl stole a pencil case, but this will give me an opportunity to periodically, report back to Ms. Goebel and build upon our set of shared experiences. So I just need to, but technically I'll just need to speak to at least 2 girls. I start with Kathy Wolf, the girl with scoliosis, who recently won the science fair with her paper on scoliosis. Needless to say, we have romantic history. But I downgraded our non-physical romance to non-physical friendship, partly so I'd be free to pursue Ms. Goebel, and partly because between her glasses and my glasses, and her brace and my retainer, we just didn't look good together. And this is, don't forget, this is before Star Wars. So now, as soon as I told her about it, Kathy gets really excited because, when I talk about the crime, because she and I don't know if any of you are old enough to know about Scholastic Books, which was kind of like Amazon before computers, and we always used to get the Encyclopedia Brown series. And as soon as a new book came out, we would read and solve the mysteries simultaneously and competitively. And Kathy was quite smart. She was probably smarter than Joe Riley even, and she was really good at solving these. So to prevent cheating, whenever we took a long break, we would put both our books in a brown paper bag, and because she and I were the kind of kids who had wax stamps, we would then seal the bag with $2 of no heat safety wax, stamped with her peace sign, in my Tyrannosaur. So now Kathy's like, oh, we can solve this, we can find this pencil case together. And I'm like, Kathy, this isn't Encyclopedia Brown. This is real life. But she just starts going over like all the great clues we have, and I'm like, interesting. And she's like, listen, I know you say interesting, you really mean not interesting. So I'm like, it's very interesting. So the second girl I talked to is Sue Sturkey, who's cool, smart, cute, popular together, and most importantly, the main rival for my main competitor for Ms. Goebel's favor. And Sue and I are the only two students who have visited Ms. Goebel at her house. I've been at first, but Sue had actually been invited. Now, Sue's what I would consider she's like an enlightened, mean girl. Like, she's actually goes out of her way to be nice to the Biggest Loser kids. But, kind of like a social climbing mid-level like me is at the epicenter of her contempt. So I walk up to her and I'm like, Sue Sturkey? And she's like, Steve Zimmer? And I say, can I ask you some questions? And she's like, no. And I say, well, I'm here at Ms. Goebel's request. Perhaps you'd rather speak with her. And she's like, so I say, do you know the person who took the stolen pencil case? And she's like, no. Do you know the whereabouts of the stolen pencil case? No. Have you ever visited a teacher's home? And she's like, get lost, weirdo. So, having concluded my interviews, the following morning, I go up to Ms. Goebel, I approach Ms. Goebel's desk to update her on the case and possibly compliment her pantsuit. And I go up, but before I can say anything, Ms. Goebel says, did you hear the good news? And I'm like, no. And she says, somebody found Joe's pencil case. And I'm like, who? And Ms. Goebel says, Kathy Will. And then she gives me a sad smile, like she knows everything about my crush and my basic hollowness, and that I never appreciate someone like Kathy Will. So I decide not to compliment her outfit, and I go back to my desk where I semi-congratulate Kathy Will. And, Kathy's like, oh, well, when I reenacted the crime, I realized that it would have been hard for the thief to get the pencil case out of the room without somebody seeing it. So what is the one safe place that they could have put it? And I'm like, and Kathy says, well, McCormick's been out sick for 2 weeks. So the thief threw it in his desk. So I'm like, oh, so somebody just stole the pencil case out of spite. And Kathy says, well, that's what I told Ms. Goebel. But there's one person who actually had a much bigger motive. And I'm pretty sure that he stole the pencil case so that he could solve the crime and impress Ms. Goebel. And then Kathy Will gives me a sad smile.
One more round of applause for Steve Zimmer.